It was a quiet night in the small town of Westfield. The streets were empty, and a cool breeze whispered through the trees. Inside his dimly lit apartment, Jason sat alone, scrolling aimlessly on his tablet. Life had been boring lately, nothing exciting ever happened. But tonight, he would discover that excitement in the most unexpected and terrifying way. A strange sound echoed from the alley behind his building, a soft, almost pleading hum. Jason frowned. He lived on the third floor, but something about the sound drew him toward the window. Peering into the shadows, he caught a glimpse of a figure. At first, he thought it was a homeless man, but the shape was different. It was tall, lean, and its skin shimmered faintly in the moonlight. Its eyes were enormous, glowing softly, and they locked onto his with an intensity that made his heart skip a beat. The figure raised one hand, waving in a gesture that looked oddly polite. Then, in a voice that vibrated inside his mind rather than through the air, it spoke. "Bring me to your bed." Jason froze. His mouth opened, but no sound came out. He blinked, convinced he was dreaming. But the figure stepped closer, revealing long, slender limbs and an almost human-like face, except its skin was silver blue and covered with faint, glowing patterns. I don't understand," Jason stammered, stepping back. "I mean no harm," the creature said, its voice melodic and strange. "I only wish to rest where you rest. I am weary, and the proximity of your warmth will save me." Jason's mind raced. Aliens? In his alley? Asking to sleep in his bed? It sounded insane. But there was something in its eyes, a mixture of desperation and sincerity, that he couldn't ignore. Against every instinct, Jason found himself opening his apartment door. The alien stepped in silently, moving with grace that made him feel clumsy in comparison. Its presence was oddly comforting despite the initial fear. "Sit," it commanded softly, pointing to the couch. Jason did as he was told. The alien crouched beside him, its gaze never leaving his face. Why do you want to sleep in my bed?" Jason asked, his voice trembling. "Energy," the alien replied simply. "I am far from my home world. My body cannot survive long without contact with your human warmth. Your bed, your sleep, your energy, it sustains me." Jason's skepticism battled with curiosity. Could this be real? Was this a dream? He had read stories about alien abductions, but this was different. This creature wasn't aggressive. It was vulnerable. After a moment of hesitation, Jason found himself leading it to his bedroom. The alien moved carefully, like it didn't want to harm anything around it. Jason's hands shook as he helped it onto the bed. "Wait," Jason said suddenly, panic rising. What if you're dangerous?" "I will not harm you," the alien assured him. "But I warn you. I am not entirely human. My presence will awaken things within your mind, visions, emotions you have never felt. Only courage will keep you safe." Jason swallowed hard. Curiosity won over fear. He lay down beside the alien, feeling the warmth of its skin as it slowly settled next to him. At first, nothing happened. Then, a wave of energy coursed through the room, making the walls shimmer like liquid metal. Jason felt as if he were floating, yet he was fully aware of the alien next to him. A strange connection formed, like their minds were merging. He saw flashes, planets burning in green skies, cities floating above oceans of silver, creatures with shapes he couldn't describe. He felt their emotions, fear, love, anger, joy, all at once. The alien whispered softly in his mind. "I have wandered alone for centuries. I have seen worlds die, loved ones lost. Your presence reminds me of home." Jason's heart pounded. He didn't understand how this was possible, but he couldn't deny the truth of its words. He felt a strange warmth, a calmness unlike anything he had ever experienced. Hours passed, or maybe minutes, it was impossible to tell. When he finally opened his eyes, the alien was asleep, its body glowing faintly in the dark. Jason felt changed. Stronger, calmer, somehow connected to something bigger than himself. Suddenly, the alien stirred, and Jason tensed. But instead of fear, it whispered, "You have given me more than warmth. You have given me trust. For that, I will share with you a gift." A small crystal emerged from its palm, glowing softly. Jason reached out hesitantly. The moment he touched it, memories of the alien's journey filled his mind. Battles fought across galaxies, civilizations saved and destroyed, sacrifices unimaginable. But also, hope, friendship, courage. "You can see," the alien said. "You can understand what it means to endure, to fight, to survive. But remember, you must keep the secret. Humanity is not ready." Jason nodded, overwhelmed. The alien smiled, a human-like expression that sent a shiver down his spine. Then, as suddenly as it had appeared, it vanished, leaving only the crystal on his bed. The room returned to normal. For days after, Jason felt different. He couldn't explain it, but he understood things he never had before. His senses were sharper, his mind clearer, his courage unshakable. And every night, he held the crystal close, feeling the warmth of his visitor, the alien warrior who had begged him to share a bed and had given him a gift that changed his life forever.